Now, the United States and Iran supposed to be kicking off 60 days of nuclear talks to further define the arrangement that would end this war. Vice President J.D. Vance was scheduled to fly to Geneva to oversee those negotiations, but that trip was delayed at the last minute.
And officials say the talks were called off due to ramped-up fighting between Israel and Hezbollah. But now the two sides have agreed to renew a ceasefire.
Max Gorden is live from Dubai. Hi, Max.
Hey, good morning. Well, this latest ceasefire kicked in just about an hour ago. A U.S. official says it was brokered by Qatar, the United States, and with help from Iran. Now, it's important to note that this is not a retreat for Israel from these established security zones in southern Lebanon. And the IDF says that they have every right to defend themselves. And this comes on the heel of heightened fighting in southern Lebanon. Overnight, the IDF reported 4 soldiers were killed and dozens of Hezbollah fighters died. Lebanon reported 21 people were killed. This latest fighting follows an escalation in southern Lebanon after an Israeli airstrike hit Beirut right before the signing of the deal between the U.S. and Iran. Back and forth strikes have since continued, with the White House sending a message that Israel needs to moderate its response. The deal with Iran dictates an end of fighting in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, released his first statement on the deal with the U.S., saying in part it was the American president who, out of desperation, used all kinds of leverage to bring this about. President Trump responding on Truth Social, saying we didn't meet out of desperation, Iran did. They are finished. We'll play out the 60 days. They get no money, not 10 cents. And now we're also learning new details about what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is now requiring ships to register with the Iranian government and hinting that tolls might be put in place after the 60-day negotiation period. Back to you.
Thank you, Max.
And we want to bring in Shannon Bream to give us an update and a look ahead to the weekend, because a ceasefire, as we know, they can be fragile. But also Israel saying, like, if 4 of our soldiers are killed in an attack, we're going to fight back.
Yeah, you guys know how tenuous this whole thing is. And so there is a ceasefire allegedly in place, but Israel says this is on our border. We're going to maintain soldiers in what we call this safe zone, and we will respond to threats as they come in. Now, how that impacts, this domino effect of the talks, we've got Iranian officials now saying what was planned in Switzerland, as we know, it is postponed, but they say that there are plans in the works for meeting in the coming days. So that sounds like they want to get this back on track. But this weekend could be, a very big conditional look ahead at what's going to come.
Absolutely. Let's play this from Vice President Vance yesterday on the issue of Lebanon and the friction and the fighting, obviously, with Israel. Watch.
The Lebanon component, this is about regional peace, right? This is about regional peace. And what that means is we expect Hezbollah is not going to be firing rockets and firing drones at the Israelis. And we also expect that the Israelis are not going to be going wild in Lebanon, right? Both sides have to honor their end of the deal. Now, as you guys know, sometimes these ceasefires are a little messy. The President of the United States said this a couple of weeks ago, that a ceasefire in that region of the world just means they're shooting a little bit less at each other than they were before.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly true this morning, Shannon.
Yeah, and that's definitely how that has felt in that particular region. So we recognize Israel's right to defend itself and that it has threats on every border there, essentially. So that's part of it. But also you've heard the vice president and the president say, listen, Israel, when you're going to respond, think about proportionality, and we're trying to get this deal done. So can you cool it for a little bit? You remember, too, yesterday the vice president had very pointed messages to many people within Israel saying, you don't have a better friend in the world. We provide you with defense, with aid. We're on your side. So for those elements within Israel who want to come after the Trump administration now, there was very much sort of a brushback push coming from the vice president yesterday.
Shannon, let's switch gears a little bit, because we still have these problems with immigration, and the governor of Virginia, Spanberger, is getting hit by DHS for urging her not to release an illegal immigrant. And they said Sanctuary Spanberger can't hide the fact that she has turned the Commonwealth into a safe haven for illegal alien crime. And this is what she said, hitting back at ICE.
They say your policies has made the Commonwealth a magnet for illegal alien crime. What's your response to the DHS and DOJ?
Unfortunately, there have been so many circumstances where ICE has had a detainer order out on someone, and they have not bothered to go out and get someone with a criminal history, despite the fact that they have a detainer order. So it is really detrimental and unfortunate that so frequently ICE is choosing not to actually take action on those legal orders.
I'm curious how DHS would respond to that. I mean, is that true that ICE is like not doing its job?
Well, ICE has said, listen, we have detainers on a lot of people that you guys have let out in Virginia without letting us come get them. And unfortunately, we have all covered the cases in Virginia recently of people who were killed. The allegations being that the suspects are from outside this country. Some of them had ICE detainers on them that were not honored. I mean, there's one of these cases involving an illegal immigrant who is a suspect in the death of Stephanie Minter, who was stabbed to death at a bus stop. We talked to her mom. In fact, I was sitting in, Dana, for you a few weeks ago on the show, your show, in which the mom talked about the absolute devastation and grief over something that she felt like could have been totally avoidable. So Virginia has a lot to clean up with, when it comes to respect a lot of these high-profile crimes involving people in the U.S. not legally who are the suspects.
Shannon, what can we look forward to? It sounds like it's going to be a busy weekend for you, and we can't wait for Fox News Sunday. So what can we look forward to?
Yeah, so we're going to cover all of the back and forth with Iran and where we are in that process. But we're also going live from the U.S. Supreme Court this weekend because all the big decisions are due within the next week. So we're going to break down what we're waiting on birthright citizenship, how many days past Election Day you can count ballots, all those decisions. We'll have Senator Mike Lee, who is a former SCOTUS clerk himself, and also Democrat Congressman Ro Khanna, who says it's time to pack the Supreme Court. So news of the day and all your legal stuff, too.
All right, Shannon Bream, thanks so much. See you soon.
Thanks,
Have a
Shannon.
great weekend, guys.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.